Hi guys, welcome to another video from Lady and the Blog, and today we are just going to walk through dinner. I'm going to show you a little bit about what it is that I make on a typical day. I already have my chicken going in the slow cooker, and now I'm going to make my sides for my children and just get everything going before they come home from school. So I love using my rice cooker because it is just such an easy way to make a side dish without having to worry about a single thing. I typically add some herbs and spices, or in this case, I'm just adding 2 packets of sazon, and it's just, I don't even add anything else. I just add 2 packets with 2 cups of rice, and I call it a day. As far as the extra side dish is concerned, I'm making tomatoes, beans, and onions, and just some extra cloves of garlic. And I'm doing this because I want to have it as a topper for my slow cooker chicken, but also I'm making a little bit extra because I want to use it in the morning as a topper for our eggs. It is such a delicious option if you want to add that as an extra for your breakfast. A side salad is always easy to do. I usually just add cucumbers and tomatoes. Unfortunately, we ran out of cucumbers and I have used my budget for food this week, so we're just sticking to tomatoes. I've washed and drained the beans. I know it looks like I'm cooking them straight out of the can, but I rinse my beans straight from the can. I'm doing a quick wash of all things that I didn't place in my dishwasher. My dishwasher is actually running right now. We don't put our knives in, we don't put our wood boards and things like that, so whatever I happen to have on hand, I'm just doing a quick wash while I am sauteing my onions and cooking my beans. And I had a pan in my sink from this morning. I made bacon and eggs for my husband. Actually, it was our lunch for today. We had bacon and eggs for lunch. And I couldn't fit it into my wash, so I'm just gonna give that a quick rinse as well. And with every time I do dishes, I always give my sink a nice little wash. Now what happened today, I noticed my garbage bag actually leaked all over my floor, and I noticed as I was filming. So I had to clean a quick leak on the floor before the dog noticed. Speaking of the dog, it was time for him to eat. He eats when we eat, and so I had to wash his bowls out before I served him his meal. I think I need to buy him a bigger bowl. And we are in the midst of redecorating our dining room, and so I decided that I wanted to sort of push my chairs outward instead of facing each other, and I really am happy with the decision because now I can see the fireplace a little bit better as opposed to the way that they were fitted, and I really like the way that it opens up this space. My rice is done, and my rice was done and cooking as I was doing all these other things, which I love. So it's time to set the table and plate the rest of the food. And like I said, my slow cooker chicken was actually already done. So I made chicken and ribs tonight. I just put everything together with 1 bottle of barbecue sauce, and I don't know if a lot of people combine meats, but I do. So I just did beef ribs and chicken in one slow cooker with a little bit of butter and barbecue sauce, and that is all I put in there, and there was nothing left but sauce at the end of it, at the end of our meal. It was absolutely delicious and really easy to make. My husband decided to step up and help me clean. He's really good at putting away the dishes after dinner. And I don't know if you're noticing this in the video, there's another angle that we'll show soon, but he sings when he does it. I was tempted to leave the sound on so you can hear it. But I didn't know if he would get upset if I did. But he sings lots of songs whenever the water is on. My husband sings, and it's just really funny. So if he's in the shower, if he's washing his hands, if he's washing the dishes, if there's anything having to do with water, he's singing. I don't know what it is, but as soon as liquid touches his body, he just goes into show tunes. It's just really comical. So when the dishwasher comes out, the dishwasher duty comes out, he can't stop talking. I mean, I don't know if you see his mouth. He is just singing right now. But I'm not complaining, believe me. Alright, so the last thing that we're going to do today is try to put up some frames in one of the corners of our dining room. We have lots of pictures downstairs in the basement, and I think we're just going to try to reuse them because we don't want to buy anything new. So we're just going to play around and see what works. Alright, let's see what we have here. Oh, we definitely have to put this up. That's from Ireland. Ireland. Let's see.
Beautiful Ireland.
Oh, this one we have to put up. Do we have this one already though? I feel like we have this in the bedroom. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's so cute. It's a different one. Okay.
Oh.
Well, some of these I don't want up. Like these are messy. Yeah, these are our old ones. I mean, this is a cute one.
Yes.
If we can fix this, or can we maybe put this picture in a different frame? Because this frame is terrible. Like, this is such a cute picture, but
What happened to this thing?
I don't know. This is when we were dating. We weren't even together. We weren't even married. That's funny. Oh, my first Photoshop photo. Highly filtered. Oh, this is a good one. We have to put this one up.
Yeah,
Alright, so
homework.
these three, definitely. If we have to try to clean that frame. I mean, this is a cute one too. But this frame is awful.
Okay.
The one with Natalie. Alright, let's see how we're gonna line this up. So this is a wall that we really needed to focus on for quite some time. And these picture frames have been in our basement for a few years now. We didn't want to spend any money on new frames, and eventually we will update the photos. Our children are much older than what is shown here. But you know, we are trying to save money this year, and now is not the time to buy new stuff. So we're making do, and that's what 2020 is. 2020 is really about making do and, you know, using what you have. A little story about that red frame that I decided to put on my mantle. We went to Ireland and we took a tour that led us into this elderly woman's home, and she told us tales of her grandparents. And she fed us cookies and tea, and it was the most wonderful afternoon. And she was a painter, and she never married. And she was telling us that a man tried to propose to her on the dock, and he was professing his love to her on the dock. And there was a black dog on the dock, and he was barking crazily, and he was ruining the proposal, but she was happy because she didn't want to marry the man. And so the man was so flustered that the dog was barking, and she was happy that the dog was barking because it was sort of ruining the moment. And then she painted that. And I just thought it was such a funny story and an intimate story and a personal story, and so that was the photo that I purchased because I just loved her so much that I wanted to remember her, and I took it home with me, and I was so thankful that I did, because out of all the tours I took Viking tours, and I took so many different tours while I was there, walking tours and pub tours and food tours. Me sitting in this woman's home and hearing about her life and her family's lives and the history of Ireland from that perspective was just so fantastic. So this is it. This is what our wall turned out to look like. I'm pretty happy with it. It gives the room a little bit more depth. It's been very bare, considering, especially since it's so white. And I hope you enjoyed today's video.